All right, hello everybody. Welcome to our weekly Team Passion call. This is our last call. It's August 15th for a few weeks. So we're leaving for Disney Wednesday, so we're going to be gone the next 2 Mondays. I think we come back the 29th, but I don't know what time, and I don't know if I'll be up to doing a Zoom call. And then the next week is Labor Day, so we will resume our Zoom calls on 9/12. It's like so far away. But here's what I want you guys to do in the meantime. I want you to revisit the Team Passion Zoom training channel, or the YouTube channel, the Team Passion Training YouTube channel, and watch some past Zooms. And I want you guys to post about them in Team Passion, that whatever you got out of excuse me, this one or that one, and just kind of post about some other ones over the next few weeks. I also would recommend you do the same with the National Wake Up Calls. So a lot of new coaches are saying that they're finding so much value going back to National Wake Up Calls and listening to, I would alternate. I would do one Zoom a day and one National Wake Up Call a day, and just kind of alternate those, so that you can be learning and training, and getting all sorts of ideas from all sorts of different areas, and then be taking notes and implement what you would like. So I would highly recommend you do that for the next 3 weeks when we are not together. Okay, so tonight I wanted to talk about the leadership ladder. So this is a huge tool that Beachbody introduced, I think, like a year ago. So it was so funny. 2 years ago, I remember sitting at leadership, and they introduced it to us, and I literally, like a month before, I was talking about some sort of concept like this. I was calling it Diamond Plus. I was like okay, we need to get these diamonds to realize that just getting to diamond, they can't stop. They have to keep going. And so we were trying to come up with this concept of, we want everyone to become diamond pluses, meaning, they need to have more people hitting Success Club, and they need to have more volume, and they need to have more people, they need to keep popping emeralds. And, it just was like this whole concept was whirling around in my mind, and I didn't know how to get it out. I just kept saying stuff. And then literally the leadership ladder was introduced at leadership. I'm like, oh, yes, Michael Neiman, that's exactly what I was trying to say. So it was so good to have that role, that I was so excited for it. And I fear that many people don't really know about it still. So I wanted to make sure, they brought it up again at Summit, and and they talked about team leader being the sweet spot. And I'm like, yes, totally. So I wanted to make sure we kind of went over that tonight so that you guys understood it. I'm pretty sure we have another team Zoom on this, but we definitely repeat topics a lot just because they're that important. Usually, a lot of my personally sponsored coaches will say, if you repeat something like 10 times, I realize I need to start listening. So I am very consistent and repetitive when it's something that I really want you to listen to. I mean, I think last September, I trained on the Team Passion System for Success 6 weeks in a row. I was like, you guys, and I still don't think people know about it. So I highly recommend those are the Zoom calls you go back to next week when we're not together. There's one that I did, and there's one that Danielle Press-John did. So I would do that, so you can nail down that system. Because it's super important. And I don't expect you to watch a Zoom call once and then remember it. Like, you've got to go back to these. Like, you have to go back to these. This is why, I still listen to the National Wake Up Calls every week. I've been doing this 6 years. It's the same topics over and over and over again, but I still listen because I'm going to pick something up that a different leader said that another leader didn't say. So it's all of our personal development books. You guys are starting to realize, wow, everybody says the same thing, right? But they say it in a different way, and you may connect with that person different. So it's the same thing here. So I'm going to share my screen here so that we can kind of go through this leadership ladder together. I want you guys to know where to find it, how to start looking it up. We're only going to go through the first 3 levels. So let's share my screen here. All right. Holly, can you see me good? Because I can see you. So does the screen look okay? Yeah, okay. All right. So okay, Gwen. All right. When you first log into your Coach Online office, there's these tabs up here, right? And the leadership ladder is one of them. So this is where you want to be looking and you want to be seeing what's going on. This gives you last month's stats, and then it tells you kind of how you're doing this month. Like, how's it going for this month? Are you gonna meet the qualifications? And then it tells you what you need to get to the next rung here. Okay, so let's go over what each of these means. So commissions, it says bonus points. So if you just hit this little thing, it says the total commissions you've earned in all the bonus weeks that end in a given month. For example, if a bonus week ends November 2nd, all commissions for that week will be attributed to November, even though the 5 days of the bonus week were in October. So basically the payout date here. So this tells you, this is the next rung for me. So I'll go over what these are going to be in the first 3 levels. Here's the thing with this Success Club, you have to hit it. You will not even be on a rung on this ladder if you don't hit Success Club. So you don't even get on the ladder without that, okay? So you have to hit Success Club. Highest paid rank, this just shows, what your rank is for that month. Personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point. So this was the really cool thing. So it's not like, so you're not stressing that everybody has to hit 5 or more. You definitely want that to happen, obviously, but for this category, you literally just need people earning at least 1 point, okay? The week leg volume, this is per month. Okay, so your week leg has to, we'll go over the rungs, but this just tells you what your week leg is. So let me just show you real quick. I know some people don't really know how to see what their week leg is. So if you go to My Business, My Volume, and you look at the volume, clearly my left leg is my weak leg, right? It's way less points than my right leg, okay? LVRV. What is it? Did it say something about if it was even? Yeah, so whatever the lesser is, you're not going to be exactly even. So even if you're super close, it's literally, even if, like it says, even if you're 4,000 and 5,000, the 4,000 is the weaker leg. Makes sense. The lowest number. And then how many personally sponsored team leaders you have. So that's when you start getting into the leadership rungs here. So this report may be blank during the first 5 days of each month. So what happens is on the 5th of every month, they update this report and your rung shows up from the last month, okay? Click here for more information. So this is where you go to learn about the leadership ladder. So we're going to just focus on these first 3, business starter, team builder, and team leader. So to be a business starter, you have to earn $100 in that month. You have to hit Success Club 5, and you have to at least be a coach. Okay? So very basic. If you're hitting Success Club, you're a business starter. Plain and simple. You're on the rung. You're on the ladder. You're there. Okay? That's it. That's it, honestly. Just hit Success Club 5, you're a business starter. Team builder is the next one. Okay, you have to earn $250 a month, hit Success Club 5, be at least an emerald, have at least 2 coaches with at least 1 of your personally sponsored, 2 of your personally sponsored coaches have to have at least 1 point, and then 200 volume per month on your weak leg. Okay, so literally to get from business starter to team builder, you just have to do a little bit. Honestly, you just have to basically be growing a team here and have at least a couple business builders, a couple people working. As long as you have a couple people working, earning Success Club points, easy peasy to become a team builder. Okay, so these two are the categories that you want to be focusing on. You want to always be focusing on, okay, business starter, done. Team builder, this is probably where you're missing out. You don't have anybody working yet, okay? So make sure you've got people working. Then once you have people working, you move up to team leader. This is when you're making $1,000 a month, earning Success Club 5, you're at least a diamond, and you have 4 personally sponsored coaches earning at least 1 Success Club point, and your week leg volume is 5,000 in a month, okay? Usually it's either the 4 is missing or the volume is missing, okay? So usually people know what they need to work on. So if you've been a business starter and you're looking to team builder, focus on more business invites, right? If you're looking to move up to that team leader, it may just be a matter of time now for you. You've got some working coaches, things are moving, you're a solid diamond, like you're a diamond plus. You've got probably 12 to 15 personally sponsored coaches, and 4 or 5 emeralds, and you've got you got 4 or 5 people hitting Success Club or earning points, and then you might just be waiting for this to start calculating in a little bit more. Okay, so those are the 3 rungs that I wanted to make sure you all knew about, and I want to make sure that you make sure you're on this rung every month. Like don't miss a month of Success Club, so that you're always getting a leadership ladder benchmark happening for you, right? Any questions? Let me hit stop share here. Any questions? Anyone want to talk some strategies? Has anyone like currently sitting in a space and they know they just need, like, they've been watching it and they need just one more category to move up to move up the rung? Anything you guys want to add? Do you guys pay attention to it? Like, I can't wait to the 5th of the month to see how we did. Like, that's how I want you to feel about that. I don't want you to be discouraged by it. I want you to be like, oh, I can't wait for that leadership ladder to update, so that you know how your team did. Because it's based on how your team did, right? It's not really, it has nothing to do with what you did. You hit Success Club, but then the rest of it's all based on what your team did. Nikki says she needs more volume. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and we talk a lot about more volume. We all need more volume. That comes from just like building depth in your team. And what I mean by that is your personally sponsored coaches are hitting Success Club. They have personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club. Then they have personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club. And then it's like 5, 6, 7 levels deep. That's when your volume will just start growing exponentially. The other thing I love leaders to start is always a big sign of growth, is when you don't even recognize who on your team is signing coaches. Like there's you just don't recognize names, and so that starts happening around 2-star, 5-star. You're like, I don't even know what team this person's on. So that's a really big sign of growth too. Yes, Lori, no missing Success Club is huge. So you don't ever, you have control of being on the ladder. Like at the minimum, everyone can be a business starter. Like that is just the minimum. So that is something you should be shooting for. So not only are you want to be hitting Success Club for consistency and for growth, you have another measure, this leadership ladder, which is a great measure. To be moving up in the ranks. And once you're a solid diamond, getting up to that team leader consistently, again, is a sign of growth in your team. It's a sign of sustainability. It's a sign of your team cycle bonuses will start being more than your commissions. All of those things are going to start happening at that team leader ranking, but it has to be, I want you to focus on the depth piece. I don't want you to just focus, okay, I just need 4 personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club. Yes, but in order for that volume piece to grow, you also need, your personally sponsored coaches having 4 personally sponsored coaches earning points. And, that just that domino effect. And the only way to do that, so people are like, well, how do I do that? Like, how do I do that? You just have to lead by example. You have to focus. You have to talk to a ton of people. You have to talk about the business more. You have to talk about the business more. I mentioned in the Team Passion System for Success that I talk about the business opportunity 3 or 4 times a month in my challenge group. So everybody knows, and I put the link to the sneak peek in my challenge group, and I blindly just say, hey guys, by now you may have been seeing some results. Here's the link to our next sneak peek if you want to see what coaching is about. And they go in. And they go in silently. They don't tell me. Like, it's a very easy way to just have people come in and look. And then after it's done, they'll send me a message and go, you know what? I actually think I do want to do this. Or they'll say, you know what? Maybe I'll just do this for the discount to start. Something along those lines. So you definitely have to be talking about the business more because it's the best opportunity we have. Right? Not only will people get healthy and fit, but they could get financially healthy and fit. So that's huge. Anyone have any questions? Any thoughts? Did anyone not know this existed? No? Good. All right, so make sure you guys are focusing on this leadership ladder. Make sure you, like, if you go look now, it should tell you what you're trending this month so far. It's the 15th of the month. How are you doing? The first thing you need to do as a leader, 80, and I'm going to raise my hand. This is me now. 6 years later. 80% of your business has to be on your personal business. 80% of your time. It is so much funner to teach your team. I hear you. Like, it is so fun to, like, lead a team and train them and get in the page and run your challenge groups. It's so easy and fun to do that. But don't do that until you've personally worked on your personal business. Like, you have to be recruiting and earning points and starting a new challenge group and doing all of that consistently every month first. And then 20% of your time can be on other stuff. Talking to your challengers, talking to your team. So if you are a teammate that knows that your leader needs to focus 80% of their time, we ask that you check the FAQ first before you private message us. It's okay to private message us. I'm not discouraging you from doing that, but your chances are you're going to get an answer way faster if you FAQ it. Or what do we call it now? FAQ it, right? We're going to FAQ it. So if you guys do that, especially now that we've connected that to like, go to your team, I do it on my phone. I do the FAQ on my phone all day long. So even if, like, someone asks a question in Team Passion, I'm like, oh, I don't know that answer. That's all I do. I FAQ it myself, and then I give it to you. So I will go to my phone, and I'll go to teampassiontraining.com first, because Mark put a link right to our Team Beachbody FAQ right in there. So that's the easiest way to get there. And then you just type in whatever you need to know. Try to be quick with your words. It's tricky sometimes, but everything, they're very good at updating that. It used to be few and far between, but now it's pretty much anything you need to know is in there. And I love how a lot of you will say, I just FAQ'd this, but it's still unclear. Like, I love that. So I know that we're getting across to everyone. to do that. Just because it's easier, you know, it's way easier to ask your leader real quick in a personal message. I get it. Way easier. My leader never answered me. So I had to figure it out myself. I was like, oh, that's why he's not answering me. He wants me to figure this out myself so that I can become a better leader. I get it. But at first I was pissed. I'm like, hello, you gonna help me? But he was helping me. So it's way better for you to find your answer out yourself, because then you're just going to learn, and then it's going to lead you to all these, and you're going to start clicking on FAQs and go, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So it's really good for you to learn that. And then it's good for you as an up-and-coming leader to teach your team to do the same thing so that they're not so dependent on you. They're more dependent on things like that. So, yeah, good stuff. Anything else? Any burning questions? Well, I mean, it's only 9:22. We're doing good here. Anything that you want to go over before we say goodnight and get to work? So I did make a quick announcement for the Sprint to Diamond. If it's okay, if you didn't get your points that you needed to get by tonight, just keep going. So remember, you have to be an Emerald, and you have to have either have hit Success Club in July and be at 3 this week, or just be at 5. So if you miss July, it's fine. You just have to get to 5 ASAP. Okay, it was by tonight, but we're extending it. So make sure you get there as soon as possible. And one of the topics we're going to talk about in the Sprint to Diamond is how to hit Success Club by the 15th of the month. Because it's very important to do that, because then you can focus. You can kind of let that 80-20 rule slide a little bit, you know, because you're already done for the month, basically. I mean, you want to obviously keep going, but we want to make sure that you're leading by example, because if you're waiting to the end of the month, your team's waiting to the end of the month. And then they're going to have a harder time hitting Success Club because they may not be as good as you yet. So, yeah, so make sure. Yes, Nikki, a little more time. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Anything else? All right. Well, this is a quick one. Make sure you guys revisit this one often, because we want to, if you're already a business starter, you're moving up to team builder. If you're already a team builder, you got to get up to team leader. And then you can move up the ranks after that. But those are the first 3 very, very important ranks for you to hit. All right. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.